And today, the topic that we are going to discuss is called brand personality. So, just let us have a look at what is brand personality. Let's see the introduction. Brands take personality traits just as humans and appear to be contemporary, old fashioned, energetic, or exotic through consumer experience. Now, when we talk about the personality of a brand, we have to assume, first of all, that if brand was a human, then just like human, what sort of personality traits would be brand taking? Would the brand be contemporary, that is modern? Would it be old fashioned? Would it be energetic? How are we going to portray the brand? Okay, basically, all the characteristics of the brand would be represented as personality traits. Brands become distinguishable in the marketplace not only by how they are positioned in the market, but also how well do we establish a connection with the customers. That is, how are we going to position ourselves or our brand in the minds of the customers? When a person is thinking of a brand, what sort of personality do we assume this brand is having? Consumers experience a brand's marketing activities in light of their own values and traditions, but they also perceive personality traits through lens of their cultural conditioning. Now, if I am from, say, United States, right? Now, what sort of cultural conditioning do I have? I am a technology savvy person, right? So I prefer buying products of Apple because I feel Apple is a technology savvy brand. Why do I think so? Because Apple has portrayed its brand as a technology savvy product, a product which is for, or a brand which is for imaginative people, which talks about technology, which is connecting people through technology. All right. So that is what is brand personality. And whenever we are going to establish a personality for our brand, what we have to first of all do, we have to convert our brand into human, and we have to assume if our brand was a human or a person, then what sort of characteristics do I want my brand to have? And keeping that in mind, the second step is to position your brand in the eyes and in the mind of the customer. Let us just understand how this brand personality is done. Let us have a look at this slide. On the left hand side, you are being shown personal computer. On the right hand side, you are being shown a iMac. Okay. And both the computers, whether we talk of, when we talk of personal computer, when we talk of personal iMac, both of them have taken a human form. And when they have taken a human form, how are they looking? Can anybody tell me, when you look at personal computer, what is written next to the personal computer? Any one of you can unmute yourself and just let me know. What do you see when you look at this personal computer in the picture?
Ma'am, it is very simple, ma'am,
It is very simple. Okay, what else?
and boring, ordinary type,
Boring, ordinary type, because it is wearing formal kind of clothes,
formal
and
kind. Yes, ma'am.
old fashioned, a very old person, right? Wearing spectacles.
Yes,
What are
ma'am.
the, yes, and on the right hand side, can anybody tell me, on the right hand side you have iMac. So what, how the personality of this iMac is being depicted through this person? Yes. Other than Ajit, can someone unmute themselves and tell me?
Modern.
Modern. What else? There's so many things that are written. So you can just read that.
It's not very plain like the other one.
Absolutely.
It's trendy and it's very youthful.
Absolutely. It's for the young people, right? Not old
Yeah.
fashioned people. It is something, look at the clothing. How is he dressed up? Is he dressed up in a formal attire or in a casual attire?
Casual.
Casual attire,
Casual.
right? Yes. So, way back in the year 2006, when Apple launched campaign, okay, when Apple launched its product iMac, it launched a campaign. This campaign was called Get a Mac, whereby in the television it telecasted 19 different advertisements, whereby there were two characters which were portrayed in the form of a personal computer and in the form of a iMac. Now, on the left hand side, that was personal computer. On the right hand side, in the advertisements was shown a iMac. And what they were trying to portray, see, during that time, way back in the year 2006, when this iMac was launched by Apple, personal computer, that is PC, was the industry leader in the business of computers. And to replace a industry leader who has occupied a lot of market share, who does not have a competitor, was not easy. It was very challenging for Apple. So, what did Apple do? It tried to create a personality for iMac by showing in the advertisements that how iMac was better and would make the life of the people better as compared to the personal computer which people were using. Because personal computer was a device which was very clumsy, it was very heavy. Okay, and when you would keep it in the offices, the weight of it was very much. Okay, it would crash every now and then. And these personal computers had an operating system which was called MS-DOS operating system, which was not at all easy to use. However, when iMac came, what it came with a graphical user interface, whereby with the help of mouse, you could easily click on any of the item and open the web page or any folder on your computer, on your iMac. Whereby in the personal computer, as I said, what you had was MS-DOS operating system. And you had to literally write the commands in order to make your computer operate, which was really very tough. And you needed to be well aware of what commands do you need to give to the MS-DOS operating system so that your computer would be opening the folder or a file for you. So iMac took this challenge and through the advertisements, it tried to create a personality for iMac, whereby they started portraying a young guy as iMac who is trendy, who is for the youth, okay, because he was himself a young person, somebody who is very imaginative, creative, somebody that was unique, somebody who was casual and easygoing. Now, I'll just show you one small example. Okay, one second. I'll just show you the advertisement that was shown.
You feel like, hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
Gesundheit, you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I have that virus that's going around.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, you better stay back. This one's a doozy.
That's okay, I'll be fine.
No, do not be a hero. Last year there were 114,000 known viruses for PCs.
PCs, not Macs. So
You just grab this. I think I got a crash.
hey, if you feel like that'll help, good. Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
And I'm a PC too.
And I what?
Yeah, see, now you can run Mac OS 10 or Windows on a Mac. So in a way, I'm kind of like the only computer you'll ever need.
Ah, touche.
No, I don't think you're using that right.
Touche.
No, listen, see, you can only say touche if you make a point and I make a counterpoint. You see, so I said I run Windows, but you haven't made a point yet. Let's try it again. You can get a Mac and still run all your Windows stuff.
Touche.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I am no one.
Okay, PC, what do you...
Listen, friend, it's not very safe for me right now. You understand? There's a lot of spyware out there. Sneaks into your system, follows you wherever you may go. In fact, take these.
No.
They'll keep you safe.
PC, honestly, I don't need them. Really, I'm good. I run Mac OS 10, so I don't have to worry about your spyware and viruses. You take them.
Yeah, you're right. I probably should have a backup anyway.
Yeah.
You never saw me. Never saw who? Me, PC. Oh,
Hello, I'm a Mac.
and I'm a PC. What do you have there?
Oh, I'm just looking at this photo book I made an iPhoto. You want to see it?
Oh, sure, I'll take a look. Why not? Well, go on, rip it in half. Nonsense. It's beautiful. Ask how he made it. Oh, you don't care about arts and crafts. You like work. Would it hurt you to loosen your necktie every once in a while and have a little fun? Oh, fun. We tried that once. It was nothing but pain and frustration.
So what do you think?
It's good.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, I was sitting on my desk.
Yeah.
Someone walked by, carelessly tripped over my power cord, yanked me straight down to the ground. Bam!
Yikes. MacBooks come with this power cord that connects magnetically, so when it gets pulled, it just pops right off. Everything's just kind of thought out, like the tiny built-in eyesight
My
camera.
life is flashing before my eyes. I see a
Okay.
sunset in a field of beautiful wheat.
Isn't that your screensaver?
Yeah,
Hello, I'm a Mac.
and I'm a PC. What's with the big boy clothes?
Oh, I just got back from a meeting, so.
Why? Why were you at a meeting?
Yeah, I do work stuff too. Come on, I've been running Microsoft Office for years.
Microsoft Office work stuff. Oh, boy.
What?
Oh, I knew this day would come.
PC.
I just need to sit down. Oh, wow.
There's plenty of work out there for both of us. I don't know why you're acting like this.
Why go on? Just let me lie here and depreciate.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. And I feel inadequate.
Okay.
PCs get viruses. We can't do as much out of the box.
I don't know why you're so hard on yourself. I don't get it.
Mac, why don't you say something positive about PC?
Okay, easy. PC, you are a wizard with numbers and you dress like a gentleman.
PC?
Well, Mac, I guess you are a little better at creative stuff,
Well, thank you. That's
even though
nice.
it's completely juvenile and a waste of time.
Maybe you should come in twice a week.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a
Are you
PC.
going in for a checkup?
Well, I'm upgrading to Vista today, which is
Cool.
great, but I get a little nervous when they mess around with my inside.
Well, what do you mean? Isn't it just straightforward?
Not really. Like a lot of PCs, I have to update my graphics card, my memory. If I want the premium package, I need a faster processors. It's major surgery.
I'm sorry about that.
Listen, Mac, if I don't come back, I want you to have my peripherals.
Oh, come on. PC, you're not good. Ah, speaking of peripherals.
Differences, absolutely, yes, the differences. So we saw clearly two different personalities, right? On both the personalities are totally extreme of each other. On one side, you have a boring kind of a personal computer which is getting crashed by viruses. On other side, you have iMac who does not even bother about viruses. You have iMac which has Windows operating system, which is a graphical user interface. On the other hand, you have personal computer which has disk operating system, which is a command based user interface. So what were they trying? What was Apple brand trying to show to the people so that people's mindset gets changed and they assume and understand the kind of personality iMac has, what all betterment, what all features iMac has, which are far better as compared to personal computer. So what this reason, what had Apple brand done? It was, as I said, it was going to be very challenging for iMac to come up and to make people aware of their brand while and to capture a marketplace while personal computer was already a market leader. But there were a lot of flaws which were in personal computer. You could not upgrade it easily. It was full of messes if you had to upgrade it. And taking these opportunities, understanding the weaknesses of personal computer, what did Apple do? It came up with a new personality for iMac, and by heavily investing in the advertisements, Apple brand tried to portray a personality of iMac which everybody would like to relate to. Okay, so this is what we mean by brand personality. And if tomorrow you are coming up with a new brand, then in the similar manner, you have to identify that what sort of personality should my brand be taking? How do I wish to portray my brand? All right. Moving further, what is brand personality? So, brand personality is nothing but a set of human characteristics that are attributed to a particular brand name. A brand personality is something to which the consumers can relate. That is what I said. You have to create such sort of a brand personality which is going to get associated in the minds of the consumers. In an effective brand increases its brand equity by having a consistent set of traits that gives it personality. So what is brand equity? It is nothing but the value that you are going to create for your brand, and by giving an appropriate brand personality to your brand or to your product, what are you doing? You are increasing the value of your brand. All right. Moving further, the definition which has been given by American Marketing Association for brand personality is: brand personality is the psychological nature of a particular brand as intended by its sellers through persons in the marketplace though persons in the marketplace may see the brand otherwise. So what are they saying? That brand personality is the psychological nature of a particular brand. What do we mean by psychological nature? Psychological nature means whereby we are trying to emphasize on the beliefs, on the value system of the people, and what are we going to portray through the brand is the culture that is being followed by the brand, the belief system of the brand, the values that is being followed by the brand. So American Marketing Association says that brand personality is what? The nature is psychological, more towards psychology, all right, as could be understood by the sellers. And finally, not necessarily the image that we are going to portray in the marketplace for the brand would be same as the buyers would be understanding it. Because if I am a buyer, I am a customer, I wish to purchase Apple brand, not necessarily that I would see it as a cool brand, not necessarily I would think it to be simple to use, because each and every person's opinion varies. So, as a seller, I may try to portray the personality of my brand as cool, as simple to use, as innovative, as casual, as trendy, as contemporary, or a modern kind of product. But not necessarily the buyer may also perceive the personality of the brand in the similar manner. Now, brand as a personality should not be confused with the description of target audience. Now, whenever we are talking about the personality that a brand is taking, we have to understand the difference between brand personality and what to whom are we targeting our brand. Now, here we have taken the example of the Dettol soap. What we are trying to show that Dettol soap user is hygiene conscious. Now, hygiene conscious is not the brand personality. What is hygiene conscious? It is the target audience. What is your target audience? It is hygiene conscious. But when we talk about brand personality, then brand personality of Dettol is of someone who would be preferring cleanliness, someone who is a sensible person, someone who would be trying to keep himself away from the germs and any sort of infections. All right. So just try to understand the difference between the terms that are being used to define the personality. Moving further, what is the importance of brand personality? Now, defining a crisp brand personality is extremely important for the company to resonate with the correct consumers. Now, not necessarily that each and everybody in the market would be preferring Dettol brand. Not everybody is hygiene conscious. Not everybody is bothering about the cleanliness. Okay, so depending upon who is your right kind of customers, you have to portray your personality on that target audience, and you have to position your product or brand accordingly. A good brand personality will help you increase your brand equity, that is the value of your brand, and it will also outline the attitude of your brand in the marketplace. What is the attitude of your brand? Now, if I talk about a product or a brand like Johnson's and Johnson's, now Johnson's and Johnson's attitude is what? That it is a product which is caring, okay, which is taking care of the children. And who's taking care of the children? It is the motherly feeling. So it talks about love, it talks about compassion, it talks about caring. Now that is the attitude that has been created for the brand like Johnson's and Johnson's. Okay, and that is the key factor for conducting any successful market campaign. See, when you are conducting a market campaign, okay, what you have to portray, how you have to position your product is depending upon what is your target audience, like the mothers who are going to take care of the children, and what attitude are you going to show about your brand, that your brand is talking about love, your brand is talking about compassion, your brand is talking about what caring, okay, a careful attitude on the part of the mothers. So that is how you are trying to create value for your brand by portraying such sort of a personality about your brand. Now, companies, in order to determine the personality of the brand, are considering five different type of personality types, which we will be seeing further. See, now marketers have defined five different kind of personalities under which each and every product can be grouped. or under which each and every brand can be grouped. So whenever you are launching a new brand in the market, what you have to do, you have to first of all identify that your brand will have what sort of personality. Now we will be moving on to what are the different kind of personalities that a brand can be taking. Now this topic is called identification of dimensions of brand personality. That is, what are the different dimensions of brand personality which a particular brand will be taking. Now these dimensions as have been taken from trait theory. If you remember, you people have studied a theory of trait approach. It is a personality theory. Now, when you were studying in organization behavior, topic of personality, we had seen there are different type of theories based on which personality of the people can be explained. So, one such theory was trait theory of personality. So, based on the trait theory of personality, we have extended this theory, and based on that, we have come up with 5 personality dimensions for the brand. Now, what is this trait theory saying? This trait theory is saying that every human or every individual has 5 different types of traits or personality characteristics. Now, some of the people have openness as their personality trait. Some of the people have consciousness as one of their personality trait. Some of the people have extroversion as their personality. Some of the people have agreeableness as their personality. Some of the people have neuroticism as their personality. Now, this model was also called as Big Five model. Okay, because what are we talking about? 5 different personality factors or personality dimensions that each and every that a person may possess. For example, openness. Now, when we talk about openness, suppose Ajit has an open kind of personality. Now, if Ajit has an open kind of personality, then what are the characteristics of a person who has openness personality? He is imaginative, he has feelings, he has action oriented person, full of ideas. Now, if you see this picture, you are shown that towards the right hand side of this picture, or towards the right hand side of the openness personality, there are people who are highly open, and on the left hand side you have the people who are low on openness. Now the people who are high on the trait or on the personality dimension of openness are the people who are very curious. Okay, they have wide range of interests, and these people are independent. On the other side, those people who are low on openness, they are practical, they are little conserved, conventional, and they prefer routine. They don't want to have anything new in their life. In the same way, if I take the example of the personality dimension extroversion, now personality dimension extroversion has traits like these people could be sociable, assertive, emotionally expressive. Now, those people who have extroversion as their personality trait can be either highly extrovert, that is, they would be very outgoing, very warm, and they would seek adventure. But people who are low on extroversion, they will be quiet, they will be reserved, they will be withdrawn, they would not like to be in the group. And there could be some people who could be ambivert also, who are neither very extrovert nor introvert, but they are somewhere in between extroversion and introversion. Okay, in the same way, what is being shown here is there are 5 different personality traits that each and every human is having. All right, and based on whether they are high on these trait or low on these trait, there are different traits which are present for each of these personalities. Based on the trait theory, what is being done based on these 5 different dimensions or the personality dimensions which a human is taking, a person called Jennifer Archer, based on the trait theory, she identified and related these 5 personality traits of humans and extended them to personality of brand. She said that just as humans are having these 5 different personality traits, in the similar manner, brands are also having 5 different personalities. Okay, so a brand could be sincere, a brand could be rugged, a brand could be sophisticated in its personality, a brand could have excitement in its personality, a brand could be competent. So these are the 5 different personality dimensions that a brand can be taking. So whenever you are launching a new brand in the market, or whenever you are launching a new product in the market, first of all, you have to ask yourself as a brand manager or as a marketer, that out of these 5 dimensions, which dimension am I going to place my brand into? Now, when we talk about the first personality dimension of the brand, sincerity, which is shown in your slide here. Now, sincerity has further 4 personality traits. The dimension sincerity has further 4 personality traits, that is the characteristics which will be taken by the brand. The brand will be down to earth, the brand will be depicting honesty, wholesomeness, cheerfulness. Now, when we talk about a brand like Disney, which was created by Walt Disney. Now, Walt Disney, what did it try to portray through the Mickey Mouse or the Disney characters? Cheerfulness. That people feel happy by watching all these characters, cartoon characters. Wholesomeness, whereby he wanted that the entire family should be going and enjoying in his theme park, Disneyland, which he has created. So, the brand personality which was given by Walt Disney for the brand Disney was sincerity. Okay. In the similar manner, a brand can have excitement as its personality. Now, if a brand falls in the dimension of personality excitement, then it will have further 4 different kinds of traits. It will be daring, it will be spirited, it will be imaginative, it will be up to date. Now, if I talk about a brand like Woodland, now we all are very well aware of Woodland advertisements. Whenever we see the advertisements of Woodland, what is being shown to us? Some shoes, heavy kind of shoes, and the image that is being shown next to the shoes is that of mountains. Okay, why? Because we are trying to show through the brand Woodland that this is a product which is outdoorsy, okay, which is being preferred for mountaineering, for skiing, and it is very challenging. In the same way, when we talk about brand like Coca-Cola, then Coca-Cola is also trying to portray excitement, adventure, daring kind of personality traits. Okay, so that is what is the brand personality dimension called excitement. Then third kind of dimension of personality which the brands can be given is competence. Now, if your brand has the personality trait or personality dimension competence, then what all characteristics will be in your brand? Your brand will be reliable, your brand will be intelligent, your brand will be successful. So, what are you trying to show? You're trying to show that those people who wish to be successful in their life, those people who wish to show that they are intelligent, those people who are portraying reliability, they will be depicted through the brand which has a personality dimension of competence. Then the fourth personality dimension talks about sophistication. Now, a brand which is showing that it is sophisticated in its personality will have the characteristics like upper class. For example, if I take the brand Zara, then Zara, Gucci, Italian brand, all these fall under the category of sophistication. Upper class, which make you smile, charming. All right. And then the fifth kind of brand personality dimension is called ruggedness. Okay. Now, the brands which want to portray their personality as these are rugged products, like if I talk of Harley Davidson. Now, Harley Davidson cannot be maintained by everybody. It's a very clumsy kind of a bike, right? Which is trying to portray freedom, right? That is the kind of brand personality it is trying to portray. Outdoorsy, people who love to be outdoors, who love to go for long drives, a very tough, a very rough and tough kind of a brand. Okay, so these are the different personality dimensions that can be taken up by a particular brand. And accordingly, what you have to do, you have to portray that depending upon the personality of your brand, which all characteristics, which all traits will be present in your particular brand. And this model of the personality dimension, whereby 5 personality dimensions were identified based on the trait theory. All these 5 personality dimensions, where were they extended from? They were extended from the personality theory of trait approach, which was given. All right. So Jennifer Acker has given this model of personality dimensions, which is called Brand Personality Model, who was a behavioral psychologist and a professor in the Stanford University. Okay. Now, in this, what are they further showing? They are showing the different advertisements or the different brands which belong to a particular uh, personality dimension. So they are showing here, if we talk about sincerity, okay, sincerity personality dimension, then Walt Disney falls into this category. Your Amazon, okay, your Amazon online retailer falls in this category. Cadbury's, Whisper, okay, and this car brand, all they fall into this particular category of the personality dimension, which is called sincerity. So all these, as I told you, Walt Disney was trying to create a cheerful experience for the entire family who was going and visiting Disneyland. So it was trying to create a wholesome, cheerful experience, down to earth, honest. All right. In the same way, if we move further, now the brands which are trying to give excitement, personality to the people or to the customers in the marketplace, which are having the traits like daring, spirited, imaginative, up to date, which are these brands: Red Bull, Tesla, Tinder, Instagram, Coca Cola, Durex, Victoria's Secret, okay, and the Scotch bottle. I'm forgetting the name of this brand. So all these brands are related to the personality of excitement, competence. Now, which all are the brands which fall under the category of competence? Now, the brands are right in front of you. Intel. Have you ever thought, why did Intel always show in the advertisement Intel inside? And if we look at our laptops, we have written Intel inside. They could have written intelligent inside, right? Why did they show Intel? Because everybody can be intelligent, but not everybody will have Intel inside. Initially when these IC chips were launched in the market, so during that time, every product which was having an IC chip inside was on the tagline that was given on these products which had IC chip was intelligent chip inside. Now, when we talked about a cell phone, when we talked about our watches or the refrigerator, washing machine, all these are having IC chips, right? So everything has intelligent chip. So what was the difference between Intel inside and intelligent chip inside? Then later on, what did these people do? They modified their advertisement campaign and they showed Intel inside, because intelligence chip is present everywhere, but not Intel is present everywhere. Okay, so Intel tried to create a competitive kind of spirit in the minds of the people, that it is unique, it is different, it is an intelligent product, and it is not common like IC chip. All right, so these are the brands which depict competence, personality. Then further we have the brands which are showing the sophistication, upper class, charming, okay, like your Gucci brand, like your Louis Vuitton brand, okay, BMW, Mercedes. Okay, all these come under the brand personality dimension of sophistication. And finally, the rugged brands, the brands which are showing that these brands possess rugged kind of personality: Woodland, Old Spice, Marlboro, Harley Davidson, right? All these are what? Rugged kind of brands which possess the traits of toughness and outdoorsy. Okay, an outdoor spirit is being predicted or portrayed through these brands. So finally, the brand personality, which has been defined based on whatever we have seen so far by Jennifer Acker, who had given the personality model, was demographic characteristics. What is brand personality? It is a set of human demographic characteristics, for example, age, gender, social class, and race. So what is she trying to say? That every brand takes a human form. In the form of every brand has an age. When we talk of Apple products like iMac, iPhone, what are we trying to portray? We are trying to show that the personality of this brand is young. Age, it belongs to youth. Gender, when we talk of a brand like Whisper, it belongs to women. Social class, if we talk of brands like Gucci, BMW, right? Then which social class are we targeting? In the similar manner, race. Which race, okay, are we going to target? Now, many of you may not be aware when Apple launched its products. Now, the advertisement campaign for Apple in every country used to be different. For America, Apple was shown as a seductress. When the advertisements were shown for Apple products, Apple brand was portrayed as it was a seductress and everybody would be seduced to the brand Apple. But when the same Apple brand was being portrayed in Japan, it was portrayed as an imaginative product. What I'm trying to say is that keeping the race in mind, you are what are you doing? You are giving a personality to your brand, and depending upon that particular race, you are giving the advertisements. All right. So further, brand personality is also a set of human lifestyle characteristics such as activities, interests, and opinion. What are your activities? Do you like outdoor activities? Do you like indoor activities? You like outdoor activities? Harley Davidson is the product for you. If you like indoor activities, then maybe an ordinary brand like Honda is a product for you. Okay, so keeping in mind your opinions, your interests, brands are given the personality just as humans have interests, activities, and opinions. In the same way, just as humans could be extrovert, agreeable, open, consciousness, or neurotic, in the same way, brands can be sincere, brands can create excitement, brands can create ruggedness, brands can create what all? Wait. Sophistication, brands can create competence. All right. So, yes. So that's all about brand personality.